Hello guys, selamat sore. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna commence a flight from Surabaya with my INDO Airlines flight number 7766 from Surabaya to Kendari. It's gonna be a quite heavy lift to Kendari, so without any further ado, then okay, let's go. We jump out in the cockpit and do the safety inspection checklist. Safety inspection checklist: clear down, lock down, thrust idle, flaps up retracted, speed brake stowed, all good. And then put the batteries set to on, and we request our ground operations, we request our GPU. Alright, ground power is connecting, and ground power available. Here we go. Okay, all good. Device check. Data recorder test is good. Voice recorder set to on. Max speed warning test. All good. The rope is there and the onboard X is here. Gear pin 3 on board check. Alright, and then we do the oxygen mask test and check the quantity. All good. We check the right side. Quantity, crew oxygen is good, pressure is good. And then we turn the IRS set to nav. Line and line, all good. Alright, before we moving forward, let's check our flight plan. Electronic flight bag and request data from SimBrief. MY7766, so INDO 7766 from Surabaya to Kendari. Alternate is gonna be Makassar. Our course index is 15, but here written 47, so we need to change that once we jump into the FMS. Let's go to the OFP. Juanda Haluoleo 0905, so it's around 20 minutes from now. Kendari gonna be 1109. Ground distance 661. Alright, level 350, and let's check the fuels. Trip is 4.6, let's round to 4.7. Alternate ujung 1.9, 1.861. Extra fuel is 10 minutes now, 443 kilos. So minimum takeoff fuel is gonna be 8,200, and takeoff fuel is 8.6, and block fuel 8.5. So let's round it to 9,000. Is there any things on the weather? Let's see. Alright, no significance. We have Sigmet there, Asmat, Semeru, but nothing disrupt our flight plan. Yeah, it's mainly gonna be headwind with around 20 knots, and there is nothing here. Flight level 350. Okay, all good. Let's go to the refueling. Ground operations. I think maybe we just hope for the performance tool. Nothing here. Nothing here. So let's check up the fuel first. 9,000s. Fuel's gonna be 9,000. And the payload is okay. We're gonna use GSX for loading our load. Okay, before that we check the inspection checklist. So request boarding, jumper check, stall warning test from number 1, stall warning test number 2 is good. Crossfit check. Okay, good. Check the cargo fire, check the APU fire, engine fire system. Okay. And then check the
boarding requested.
Fire extinguisher is good. And then we check the cargo fire. Okay, all good. Set the parking brakes. And proceed to the overhead. Okay. Use ground power 400 volt 115. Zip lights set to arms. Fasten belts is on. Even though there is no passengers on board, but we need to turn the sensible zones just for our minding. Instead,
Do you want to board crew?
Set to the left because we do not have any maintenance in Surabaya, because our home base is at Soekarno Hatta. Window heat check.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Check. Alright. Okay. On. Check the
Departure
cabin
checks
temperature.
completed. Bypass pin
Wow,
started.
it's blazing heat there in the cabin, so I think we need to turn the air conditioning. It's okay because we don't have passengers on board. Landing altitude is 0 in Surabaya. Flight altitude is level 350. Alright. Check. Valves is all good. .4 WARR 1134 check. Set unicoms set and set the emergency chips 121.5. Reset. Test from the left and test from the right side. Check. Zero, check. And here we go. Turn. Let's check the weight first. So cargo weight is 15.8. Payload main cargo is 15.8. So zero fuel weight is gonna be 55.4. Let's see. Payloads zero fuel weight 59.7 because we have extra there, but our cargo output is 15.8 and takeoff fuel is 9. All set. Okay, let's go and configure our FMS. 737-800 freighter. IRAC is 2513. Let's see. Ref Airport Whiskey Alpha Romeo Romeo. Get from the GPS left. Traffic, terrain, data. Inside. Our stand is Charlie 3. Charlie 3 is set. 725 12470. Okay, the coordinate is good. And then we get the route from Simbrief, Whiskey Alpha Romeo Romeo, Whiskey Alpha Whiskey Whiskey, via Petso Tango 15, and then My Kilo Sierra Whiskey 41 Lekex. Select route. See the boarding is in progress. We got around 1 2 3 4 4 pallets of cargo here. Our landing weight is going to be 59.4. Let's check the performance first. Landing dispatch, import weather, not enough import from AFP. Runway 26, estimate expect runway 26 arrivals, flaps conditioning is on, the eyes off. Weather in Haluoleo is 250 4 knots, 50 4 knots, KNH 1008. 1008. Calculate. Oh, sorry, 2504 knots. What's the temperature is 35. I'm sorry. So, alright. Maximum landing weight into Haluoleo is 66.4. Wake is 82.3. Landing distance is 8,200. So yeah, we are good on the landing wake. And then also Juanda 22.8, import weather, flaps config optimum, sorry, what is it? Then rating optimum, air conditioning, anti-ice is off, weight, import from aircraft, so we are good. Alright, the route is ready. You just load it up into the aircraft. And activate. Departure runway 28. SID via Petso 2 Golf, LX 1 Mike. Petso 2 Golf. Renaf 26, X6, LX 1 Mike. Let's check. Execute. Matra, Tatuk, Petso, Endok, Mike Kilo Sierra, LX Kilo Delta India. Let's see. Let's verify it. So Petso, Tatuk, so Matra, Tatuk, Petso, Endok. Matra, Tatuk, Petso, Endok, Mike Kilo Sierra, and then Lekex Kilo Delta India. Okay. Ground distance is 661. Progress, so 666. Yeah, it's good. Data request win. Let's check the weather first. Weather in Surabaya, wind 290, 12 knots, outside aperture 30. So 29's KNH 1007. Set 1007 set. 1007 is set. And 1007 set. Zero fuel weight. Zero fuel weight is 68.7. Sorry. Zero fuel weight is, let's see the weight first. 15.9. Sorry. Pilot zero fuel weight is 59.7. 7. Reserve fuel is 2.9. Cost index 15. Flight level 350. Cruise wind is 9027. And then what's the temperature is def 13. Is, I don't know. Let's check. Where is the wind data? 350 is -43. -43 is set. Turns out 11,000. max and limit. Let's check the performance. So takeoff 1, set temperature 50. Takeoff 1. Oh, not takeoff 1, takeoff standard. Set temperature 50 and 194.9. Takeoff and accelerator height, noise abatement type 3, and flaps 5. Center gravity is 24.7. V1 143, rotate 145, fit 149. Let's see, 144, 449. Alright, all good. Let's just make it standby and see if the boarding is already completed. It's still not yet completed, or it's completed. Let's check the KSX first. Okay, boarding is completed. Let's set up the MCP first. Course into runway 28 is 278. Three-time cross-check. Initial altitude is 14,000 feet. And then N2 is V2 is 149. The brakes is RTO. Let's turn on the APU. As we prepare our briefings for engine outrouting. Whiskey Alpha Romeo Romeo, 5 miles right hand traffic, runway 28 is 010 5 miles up to it. Fix here. Just put it on standby. So let's start our takeoff and departure briefings. Departure briefing. Expect runway 28 for departure via Petso to Golf departure. Expect pushback to the west, to the east. After obtain our takeoff clearance, set the N1 to 40% until stable and set the toga buttons on and accelerate down the runways. Alright, unless we having engine fires, predictive wind shears, or unable to or unsafe to fly, I'm gonna say reject and we stop. After I say rejects, disconnect the auto throttle, set to idle, and set the reversers to high, and we set and stop on the runway, or we check if we can evacuate once we vacate the runway. It's good, but if not, then I'm gonna stop and then run the normal checklist for evacuations, and after that pull up the evacuations and MCP. Apart from that, we continue and solve the problems once in the air. We stay on the config view after V1 and rotates, and we stay with the V2 speed until 400 feet, maintain the configuration until 400 feet, and then put the gears up and maintain runway headings and follow the engine out routing procedures. Do you have any threats for departures or during taxi? No, it's all straightforward and okay. Right, heavy on, blitz on and set, and let's cool down the aircraft. Ground, we make sure the ground area is clear because we are going to turn on the fuel pumps, hydraulic pumps. Alright, area clear to start the hydraulic pumps. Alright, we check. Hydraulics 195, pressure is good. Okay, 9:05, 5 minutes to the schedules, and we are ready for push and start. Hang on. Start the smart cars first. I'm configuring our HRs first. I use smart cars for this instance because otherwise we can't control or monitor our flight records, so need to manually set up the smart cars. 737-800. Okay, 738. Departure Surabaya, flying to Haluoleo. Using object 55350, route speed to 15, my kilo Sierra Whiskey for 1 packets. Alright, we can disconnect the what's happened here? It's lagging. Oh no. What's happened, guys? Why I cannot move? Intermittent. Alright, disconnect the ground power. This is the ground power. Pre-flight checklist, oxygen test 1%, navigation transfer display switch is auto and normal, window height. Window height set to on. Pressurization mode selector check. Landing altitude 0, flight altitude 35,000 feet. All instrument heading and altimeter is set. Altimeter KNH 1007, parking brake is set, engine start levers cut off. Pre-flight checklist completes, and before start checklist, flight deck door, already close and lock. Fuel is 9 tons, when take fuel 8.8, departing with 9 kilograms at the pump is off, and fuel pumps is pay sides is on. And before the takeoff, before start checklist, build lines completes, and checks if we already got our load balance. Flight flag, all good. So performance tool we got from aircraft. Is off, rating optimums, we and report the weather if there is any weather change. Yes, winds now 14 knots from 290, also temperature 30. So we can execute 59.7, reserve 2.9, possible 15. Gross weight is gonna be 68.7. Fuel is 9 tons sets. Takeoff performance calculations, takeoff one's 26k rating, so we got assumed temperature is set temperature 50, temperature 15 check, and one is 94.2. Takeoff flaps 5 degrees, sonography 24/7, trim is 488. 1143, rotate 145 to 149. Reaction acceleration height 1300. Alright. Down with you. We are ready for push and start. Please push and facing to the east. Expect runway 28. Right, before start checklist, below the line. Flight deck windows clone lock, takeoff speed verified, CDU pre-flight is complete, radar and aero trim free, and 0 is set. Taxi and takeoff briefing, check and complete, anti-collision lights is on. The grounds are ready or not? Why they are not closing the door? I don't know. Just close it.
Locking here.
Oh well, we have to close the door manually. I think it's because we just have 2 pilots on board, 2 people on board, so we need to, one of the pilots need to close the doors manually. We don't have any cabin crew for this flight. Oh, that's a door. Guys, why you are so long on handling this aircraft? We are 3 minutes behind schedule. Push back. happened here? Push it up, guys. GSX, what's happened here? Okay, nose to the right.
Release parking brakes, please.
Brake release.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright. Join traffic, my INDO 7766. Push and start, facing to the east, expect runway 28 for departure.
Jarak traffic Bapak India Foxtrot, final runway 28.
Access off. Alright, engine area clear. We are clear to start from the right side. Set right. And 2. And 1. Oil pressures check. Set right.
Please set parking brakes. Waiting
set.
your confirmation for a good engine start.
Yeah, just set.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Ground, we are standby. We are still starting the right sides. Please disconnect the ground equipment and please show the signal from the left sides and make sure the surface panels are closed and latched. Bye bye, see you next flight. Brake is good. Brake system, run 5. Start the left. Start the left. And 2. And 1. Oil pressure.
Don't
Jarak traffic
disconnected.
Bapak India Foxtrot,
Bypass pin
attack
removed.
November 3 taxi to General Aviation.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Stabilize, start right. Okay, life is good. 1 minute. 25 61.1031 check. This is important. Wave check. X on. It's off. It's on. Flaps 5. After start checklist. Start checklist, generators on, prop heats set to on, NTIs off, isolation valve set to auto. Let's check. Recall check. Good. Auto brakes, RTO, new start levers, idle D10. Flight control check. Flight control checks. Full up, full down, aileron, right, left, neutral, rudder, full right, left, neutral. Post taxi checklist is complete. Is good, and we will taxi. Clear to the right sides, clear to the left sides, and we are going. Giant traffic, Indo 7766 taxi, short runway 28. November 10 and then left to November Papa 2 down to runway 28. Let's check the weather again. So, let's see if the weather has changed. Barometer Oscar from Romeo 29014 knots. Visibility is good. Schedule 2000s cumulonimbus, temperature 30, KNH 1008. Alright, so change in the upper pressure, so make this set. Gas is turned off. Giant traffic, Indo 7766 entering runway 28, line up runway 28. Checklist, flaps EU, net balance and flaps indicated. Flaps is 5. Green light, stabilizer trim is set for 8 units. cabin crew. There's no cabin crew, but we make sure all cabin is ready. And here we go. Decaster and servo off. Weather radar is on. And 4 takeoff checklist is completed. Joint traffic, INDO 7766. Takeoff runway 28, Petso 2 Golf, departing to the ACE. Alright, clock time is 0924.
Airspeed alive.
N1 and Toga.
80 knots.
Yeah. 100. Pitch normal. Wow, that is a island track, guys.
D1 rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
Gear up. Crosswind. Gear up, that's it. Weather is quite not stable, but it's good for us. Speed check close up. Pilots on check. vehicle checklist. Engine beats is on. Next is on. Landing gears up and off. Gated flaps up. Inflected. No lights. Time checklist lights is set off. Switch still on. Diff is giving out is check. Diff pressures is 2. Check is complete. Okay, basically 10,000. Lights off. Lights off. Set cruising altitude over 350. Is set. 350, 350, and 350. Flying is good. Diff pressures, cabin options 1000, diff is 4. All good. Launch levels, standard. Climb out from Surabaya, level 350s down to Kendari, and I'll see you next once we start our descents. Alright guys, we are passing level 170, and as expected the wind hasn't changed, but it is up. So we're gonna use still gonna use runway 26 for rifles. RNP runway 26. The MSA around the aerodrome is around 4,200, 4,000 from radial from where we came from. We're gonna come from. And latest weather is 70 watt knots at the temperature 31 and KNH 1011. The final approach course is 25260 and vision heights is 500 feet. Output elevations is 190, so let's round it up to 200 knots. Here, all set. Alright. This approach procedures at Whiskey 404 at the intermediate approach fix. And final approach fix, turn right to Whiskey 405 and then to SK 4000. Alright. The RVR for runway 26 is 2100 meters. Our visibility there is very good, unlimited 999, so we are good to go. Expect vector to SK01 or 180 radials from SKX 5 miles before we intercept the Kendari, because there is no radar traffic, there is no tower or controllers over here, so yeah, we need to initiate our vectors in there. Right, what's the pressure level? 109. to the final. We are quite high in the speed. Heading data, VRAVs. VRAV is 1.5, that's 40, minimum is 500. Approach premium complete. And approach checklist, and the sights on, lights set. Speed brakes set to arm. And checklist complete. Yeah, the weather is very good. You can already see the runway center lines over here.
2,500.
Checklist complete. 1500 stabilize, check. Tail 10 knots.
1,000.
Check. Can you fly? Maintain the altitude. Check. Height, directions.
500. Approaching minimums. 400.
Nothing.
300. 200.
Sync rate.
100. 50.
Sync rate.
20. 10.
Close enough. So. Manual brakes. Landed time 04. Alright. One rifle. Yeah, the sync rate because they are quite high speed and the runway and the threshold is very steep here in Kendari, so that's why once we pass the runway, yeah, nearby the runway threshold, it triggers the sync rate because of the slope. That's up. Brakes stowed. Radar and terrain set off, auto brakes off, flaps up, spoilers stowed, window hits, set you off. checklist complete. Yeah, it's pretty dark here. There's not enough lighting. Alright guys, that's it. We arrived in Haluoleo, and comment below where we should go next. See you next flight. Bye bye.